involved, or what are the processes in content creation? Because it's become some sort of a buzzword in today's digital landscape. So we're going to be discussing content creation and its role in development. And with us in the studio to give us insights into this topic is Mr. Chighalu Nnebedum. Mr. Nnebedum is a content creator. He is also the CEO of Ceelos Media. Ceelos Media, I beg your pardon. Mr. Chighalu, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Really? You look dashing, by the way.
Of course, I have to.
It's part of the package, right?
You know now. You know.
Okay, so before we go forward, we would like to play a clip from one of his content. So please stay tuned.
Hello. Obim.
Who is this?
Oh, dig na.
Jesus, is it a lie?
It's not a lie. I'm still alive.
Is it a lie? After 15 years, no communication.
Nga kambal. Abịara m obodo a lute ha n'obodo a ma na ndị onye kpọgotere m obodo a nọ n'ito crime. For nothing. Nwere ihe mmelo ndị a were kpoko anyị. Tinye anyị na given onye kpọgotere m obodo akịta ọ death sentence for over 15 years. Ya bụ 5 days ya na-apụta kịta.
Ị ma na ọ fọrọ izu ụka abụọ ka akwa gị o.
Unu chọrọ ịkwa m. Onye dị ndụ ka unu na-akwa.
Amanụ na ị ka dị ndụ. Nwe news abaghị ma onye ọbụla ga-adụ surprise.
Ị ka nọ na shop ma dị n'ime ahịa.
Nọzi na attachment, phone accessories ka m na-ebute n'aka ndị importers. Nresịa nkwọfụ.
Hai. Na ndị importers agbanikwere go.
They see me as a hardworking single mother. Komoziga m na-akwado. He raised going over 20 million.
Hello. It's not that to ego enye go the money.
No, has not after the burial ka ha ga-enye the money.
Hello. O nwere ihe nna agbakọ. Ọ dịkwa ka akwamozu ma ya gaba n'ihu.
What? God forbid.
Mba ọ bụ God forbid. O nwere ego njizi n'aka ebe a. And then say ka mbata obodo ọka njọ. Ịmakịta just like you said, you know, when on attachment shop can and so niile anyị na-enweta bụ because na ha na-afụga the single mother. Mbata ha n'ebe ha nọ na di ya abata na ihe niile ha akọtụ. Ego a atụọla gị atụ save. Ị ga na nsọ na di ya anwụsị. Idube sure n'ihe enweta yo amụ etu a si eme n'ime agha and this na ha emetabe donation. Mana ọ bụrụ na ichele kwa m ka esi akwa mmadụ. Olileanya adịrị anyị na family maka akwacha m ozugbo ime pepa ime akwụkwọ maka gị nwa and Emeka na-ebuga ka ha mee. Ha ego na-echefu nna ha. Ime everybody akwa gbagote obodo a ihe na-aga ọfụma n'obodo a anyị anọdụ ebe a so enyi dịrị kwa m ka anyị were nwee ndụ ka anyị wee nwee aga n'ihu na family.
I can't believe that you are saying this.
Mba hapụ ya aghọta ihe a na-ekwu mana emecha ihe don't allow emotions to cloud your reasoning. Ịghọta ihe na-ekwu ke maka efe ụjụ ama nọ na unu emechago ihe dị n'efe ụjụ chọrọ igbu
Efi abụọ.
a na-agba ọfala nke a na-ajụ gị sị kedu ebe ego si bịa kwere kwesị na ndị enyebeghị ego kedu ebe isi nwetazi ego iji were akwado ihe niile.
Other people nyere m financial support. Mụnwa jigodo ebe 7 million.
Look at you and na-achị ka akwamozu m na-asị na-achị kansụl 7 million budget ga-agafekwana 3 million na akwamozu a ma na-eji igote ofu ehi de na ibute mmanya no cooling van onye bịa ṅụọ mmanya ọkụ n'okorobịa ka a na-akwa ibute few cartons of Gucci wine maka ndị odogwu a ndị pọtasị isi mechalụ nnukwu donation ịbịa ike ha ya 11 ihe enekwa anya n'ihu wee ke mmanya ha ọ bụkwa ngwu ọbụla afọrọ ka a na-ege akwa ọcha maka ndị odogwu ha bịa ha na-akwamozu ha fụ Gucci wine ọ dịghị ka akpa ya sị na ọ bụ ha akwamozu ka akwa ikecha ha ya ihe ndị ọzọ ma nri ma everything ma mazie ka esi mana eji ya oke ego na-abịa na tebụl ya bakwara n'aka oke ọkwa ekpeba ka ọ bụrụ ịma kedu ọkpara anyị ya take care of the money. Ịghọta ihe na-akọwara gị kịta.
I am uncomfortable with all this you're saying. Ọkwa ịma na asị na a ga-achịta akwa gị a ga-etinye n'ime akpati gị a ga-eli ụbọchị a.
Tinye ha akwa ka ha nie enu tinye ha akwa.
What if you die after this?
Ọ bụ ya kụ ihe niile na-anwụtọ sinsi ịma akwa ha ka e nyere ha jiri bury me baby ka ndụ anyị gbanwee mmakwa ego dị involve bury me ama m ihe ya ji dị difficult nghọta ọnwụ m onini m na ọkpụkpa m bụ ihe ga-agbanwe ndụ na famili anyị. Ọ bụrụ na ndị ụka bịara ụbọchị ya ama na ha ya abịa maka ọ na-abụ onye jide ha ụgwọ ha hapụ ya oji ọkụ mmụọ ihe eji ekpere ekpere, ma ọ bụrụ na ha bịara o nwere ofu ukwe m na like haleluya mgbe ahụ bụ mgbe ha ji na-adọnyezi akpati ahụ niile ọ kwesịrị na akpa ka ha ya enyi ha na ya hapụrụ ha akpa ha na ya haleluya 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 akwa ka ị na-ebe akwa mụ nwa na onwe m ahịa enyi kwa ebebe ha akwa bụrụ gị kedu ihe ya jisiri gị ike ngwa hapụzi ya hapụ ka anyị hapụ otu anyị kwudebere ya ihe aṅụrị ibugodo bụ na dịghị nọ ndụ dịghọta ihe na-ekwu gaba ahịa emechaa nwayọọ anyị ka ya akpakwa mana agwa na onye ọbụla na dịghị ka nọ ndụ. Biko anọda ihe ọzọ m chọrọ ịyọ biko si na ego akwamozu ma asị ndigodoro 1 million na nchọta unu ebe a bidogodo na-akwado ihe maka ọbịbịa unu ịnụrụ ihe m kwuru.
No problem.
Ngwa na I love you mba epesi na akwa I love you ihe adịgo mma kwara m ka esi akwa mmadụ ka ndụ anyị gbanwee.
Okay, bye.
Inugo ngwa
I love you.
I'm sure we've seen that, of course. It was a funny one to watch. That was amazing. How has your experience been? How did you come up with that?
I first of all thought of the harsh realities of economy in this country. You understand? Because you see the level people can go to survive. You understand? And somebody choose to have his own burial ceremony done. Why still alive? You understand? Because coming back is not an option based on the harsh realities. If you get the stories about a young man, he traveled abroad, got stranded. After 15 years, they were planning his burial. You understand? When he reached, called the wife. Initially, he was not happy that the burial was being planned until the wife told him that people have already raised 20 million for the burial, and he changed his mind because of the money. You understand? Yes. Normally, if he had other options, he wouldn't have opted for the burial. He wouldn't have given an approval. You get at it. So he goes down. I actually meant to expose the harsh realities of economy in the country, and this thing people can go just to survive.
All right.
You understand?
Ogowa, if I'm permitted to call you by that name.
Yes,
that is your stage
that's my
name.
Yeah.
That's your great. First of all, who is a content creator? Because most of the time when you ask, especially the Gen Zs, what do you do? They'll tell you, I'm a content creator. So who exactly is a content creator? And can you just take us through the creative processes you go through just to bring out one content or one video?
All right. When you talk about who is a content creator, well, you know, content creator is somebody that creates educational or entertaining material that will be shared or expressed through a medium or a channel. But now when we talk about content creating now, immediately everybody thinks of digital content. Yes, because most of the content now is consumed in digital platforms like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, WhatsApp, and others. So that's just it. So that is just who a content creator is. And then coming to your
second question
the
about
second question. What is the
the
second
creative
question?
process. What do you have to go
Okay,
through?
the creative process.
But let me, as an extra information,
Okay.
your inspiration, do your inspirations come before you start creating content, or do you have a calendar of topics you want to create content on?
Sometimes you may have something to create. You may have one idea, you may have one topic, you may have one area, you may have something to address. You understand? Sometimes the inspiration will just come. You understand? And you develop it. That's just it.
Okay, so I'd like to ask, because of course it was Igbo that was on this. Now I'm sure that has a limitation because we have different tribes. And why did you start using Igbo?
Yes, well, because part of my project is to promote Igbo language. Yes, and I so much love Igbo proverbs. If you are conversant, if you, I don't know if you understand Igbo language. If you know, if you are conversant with most of my content, you see I use Igbo proverbs a lot. You understand? And if I choose to if I choose to go into English content,
Yes.
some of these Igbo proverbs won't
Carry the same
translate
weight.
well.
Directly.
So just to promote Igbo proverbs, and most of the time, most of my topics also are drawn from the cultural values, Igbo cultural values. You understand? So that's actually what, for now, that's what made me to
Focus on
be using Igbo language.
Okay.
All right, Ogowa, let's just backtrack a little back to your creative process, all right, or processes in creating your content.
All right.
All right. Now, what informs your inspiration? And can you think of a particular example where you got this inspiration and then you said, I have to do this video? Because some people will tell you, I have to be in a cool and a calm environment for my inspirational juices to start flowing. So what is it exactly that usually causes your inspirational or creative juices to flow more? Do you need to listen to music? Do you need to be in a calm place? Yeah, are you a spiritual person? So how does it work for you?
No, it can come anytime. The way the idea comes, you understand? Like one of the last skits I did of in my church, of a pastor selling a key to Kingdom of God. I was just going through social media platform and I came across one of the Nigerian pastors claiming to have received the key to Kingdom or the key of David or so. What I said, wow, I have to do something on this because some of those things are the societal ills. And most of my skits, I try to address some of these societal ills. So I did a skit on that. I said, I have to do something on this. And if you see the skit, you see me telling people, after bargaining with the seller of the key, and the seller told me the price is 700 naira. And then I started putting calls across that people should come to my church, that I now have a key to the Kingdom of God, that I'll be selling, I think, around 10,000 or 20,000 and all that. So that's just it. So it was actually meant to expose some of the exploitative practices of some of these our religious leaders. So that's just it. So the idea can come anytime. You understand? I don't need to be in a particular mood for me to get an idea.
So for how long have you been doing this? And of course, tell us your challenges you've experienced along the way, your journey being a content creator. How long at first, and your challenges?
And sometimes when you start as a content creator, initially at the beginning, it's not always easy, you understand? Because definitely you must be doing some other things to sustain yourself.
Yes.
Because when you say you're a content creator, you don't start making money. But then you are still faced with a lot of challenges. You understand? Financial challenges. What you need money for this, need money for that, and all that. But then outside you have to squeeze out time. You understand? To create your content, and the content creating needs time because you have to fine tune your idea. You understand that you put down the scripts, okay, and then you need a team too.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah, yes, you need a team too. Understand? Somebody who can handle the camera, somebody that will edit it and all that, and so you still need another voice. Like in terms of my own type of skit, you have to get a different voice and all that. So at the end of the day, you can blend all of them. So all this they need time, okay, and all that. So that's just one. At that early stage, it's usually difficult because it doesn't bring in any money. And all that, and you know, when you are doing something, it's only your passion for doing it that will then keep you going. And again, you don't just start when you start creating, people don't notice you. You create, you post, and nobody cares. You can just get 2 followers. Sorry, you can get only maybe 10 views. You understand? At a time, 100 views and all that. And you'll be wondering what is happening. Maybe people don't like what I'm doing. But that's not usually the case, you understand? Because you know this content creating of a thing. Will I say just, the industry is just growing, it's just new. So sometimes we don't really understand how it works. But I keep saying it's the passion, it's the interest you have that will keep pushing you. Even when people are not, you keep doing what you are doing. Okay, along the line. That's exactly what happened. So this is another big challenge. So when you are creating, you are not getting any view. You understand? You are not getting any reaction from people and all that. Maybe because the particular platform you are using is not distributing your distance at that point in time. The platform you're using is not spreading. It's not recommending your page at that point in time. Well, I didn't know all this then. You understand? I was like, maybe people did not like. But actually, what I started having a double thinking because people will come and take my own skit. I put it in my own page. I will get like 100 views. Then people will come and pick the same skit and put in their own page. They will get over 100,000 views. I said, but this is my work now. You understand? So I said something is wrong somewhere. So I said, well, let me keep going. So at a point in time, I started having views and followers. That is the main challenge for most content creators.
So at what point exactly did your videos go viral? Or can you remember the particular video that went viral? Is it organic or there are things that you need to do, the business of social media that you need to know? Example, maybe analytics
Sponsored ads,
or
of course,
sponsored
yes.
ads, all those things. Did you do all those things to get your video, the needed views that it's enjoying currently?
I have to share my experience with you. You understand? In terms of, I know Facebook, for instance. I started with Facebook. That is why I keep using it. Facebook has got an option for boosting your work. When you post, you pay, you boost, and that demands some payment and all that. Then you can reach out to some other big accounts to help you spread your work and all that. But for me, I never applied any of those promotional options.
So yours was strictly organic?
I was just posting. I was just posting my own thing. You understand?
Well, how long did you have to post for it to peak?
I posted for like should I say late last year that I started taking this content creating serious, because I saw people are making money, cashing out, and the later I was just doing it for fun. And friends keep calling me. I said, Oga, this is the way they do, you good though. Give more time to this, because then I have some other things that I was doing. I have some other things that were giving me money, and I keep putting more attention to those things because at the end of the day, when you come back, you have some bills to sort out, to take care of and all that. So the people keep, these people when they do well for social media, you are this thing better pass them all. You understand? So content creating is a serious business now. So around the last quarter of last year, I started posting consistently.
Okay.
You understand? And then before you know, it was just as at January, I was still at 5,000 followers. But now I'm over 200,000 followers. You understand? So for you to understand, no promotion, I didn't boost my account, nothing. It's just everything, it's just organic. I never asked any big account to share or promote, no.
To your personal life now, I'd like to know, what were you doing before? You said you were doing some other jobs. What did you do before? And probably before you answer this one last, tell us about your life, your experience, where you grew up, even where you school. I'm sure your school you attended. Tell us, we just want to know about you.
Okay, where do I start from now? Which one you say that I
start from the beginning? Yeah, no, don't worry. When he gets there, I'll remind you. Okay. But start from who you are. Yes, your school, your qualification.
Okay. Well, I studied theater arts in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. So when I graduated, I've published 2 books. I ventured into writing first. I'm a playwright. I have 2 works: The Devil's Powder and The Okwadike.
Yeah.
You understand? Yes, I published.
Where can we get those books?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, when I even did this Okwadike, I think the Oko Polytechnic, the Mascon department made use of it some about 2 or 3 years back. I don't know if they are still using it. It was when I left school immediately in Nadazuki University that I published my Devil's Powder. They made use of it and in the department then and all that. So, but then it was difficult for me to market those the plays. I know people don't have that reading culture, so that was the major challenge I had. And I said, I can't continue with this because I needed money then, you understand? So I needed something that would be moving. Then it was the lecturers then, or people that were into school system that find it easy to market those. So that was the reason I made use of some lecturers then. It wasn't giving me actually the financial returns I needed. Okay, so I decided to channel my creativity to another place. I first dropped the Return of African Dance, which is a music video. It's a cultural music video, and it made waves. They're marketed by Favor Music. Sorry, Favor Music, a big marketer. It's the same marketer that produced that marketed the Egu Abuja. Abuja then, it's the same guy. So it made waves then, but the financial returns adequate not too. So I moved down to Lagos and went into production. You understand? Because I've always believed that I have something to offer. I have something to create. So I keep looking for a way to share my passions with the global audience. So I went into production I became a director and an editor. I was producing more of a music video. My office then was in Alaba International Market. So but it got to a point when interest on these hard copies, people were no longer buying hard copies and all that. Everything was going online and all that, so I have to re-strategize. That was when I even created the page, created my YouTube account, you understand? And I said I have to find a way of. I continued with my that was actually what was sustaining me. I have my cameras, I edit, I do coverage of any kind, so on. So that's what I've been doing until late last year, as I told you, and people were like, Oga, see, this content creating, there's something there in it. And I said, well, I think it's an avenue, a platform for me now to come out and share that my passion. So that's actually how I went into content creating. I gave more time to it.
All right, so we would like to know, you said that some of your goals in creating content is to educate and to entertain.
Yes.
Okay, so have you been able to garner any at least short-term outcome or impact some of your videos have made, on the people? Has there been any success story directly from someone probably viewing your videos online?
Hey, come on, people call me. People call me. Sometimes when you go through my comments, you see what people say. You understand? Not only that they get entertained, sometimes the advice they get from my content. You understand? Some of them call me from abroad, and sometimes they ask me if I study psychology or something like that. You know? But because I take time to research into some of these issues. And there's one skit I made about somebody going to a friend's house to seek an advice. You understand? For an issue he's having with his wife, and the person now gave him a wrong advice because the friend he went to meet actually was having a problem that is more serious than his. You understand that? So it was a way of telling people to be careful when you are in family. You don't have to go out and begin to seek advice from some friends. You understand? The advice, you have to be very careful. That's the essence of doing that. So that's just it. And sometimes when I go to shows and stuff like that, people come to me, you understand, and share their stories of how they have learned a lot from my advice and all that. If you be my follower, you will know. And oftentimes I do use Igbo proverbs. I do use them, and every Igbo proverb is an embodiment of philosophical thoughts. Do you understand?
Wisdom.
So yes, wisdom and all that. So I do use it often and all that. So it's a kind of a way of putting across knowledge, information, and educating people as well. So people do call me to testify.
So, of course, I understand that for content creators, one of their major challenges is having to get scripts. But lucky for you, do you have that same issue?
Script, as in
writing the script of?
No, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you I'd be script writer.
Script writer,
I publish 2 plays. So when it comes to script and all that, I write script myself and all that. Yes, I do that myself.
So how many people do you have in your team? Or let me rephrase that. Who are the major officers or workers you need to have in your team to ensure a very good quality video is produced at the end of the day? Who are the main characters that need to be in place in your team to ensure that your videos have quality and when it's posted, I mean, it goes viral?
When it's to make sure you have a quality
video.
Okay. Okay.
And then the social, it's called SEO,
search engine
optimization.
Yes.
So who are the principal characters or actors that you need to have in your team to ensure that these areas are properly covered?
Well, if I may get to your question, the script you create, first of all, it depends on you need to cover some areas yourself, like the idea I've talked about before.
Yes.
Abi?
Yes.
Some people will go out looking for maybe somebody that will write the script, people that will be bringing the ideas. If those things you can't provide them yourself, you can't create ideas, can't generate ideas, and then you need to hire someone. Then also the DOP, you understand? Director of photography and all that. There's people that handle the camera, the sound guy, the editor, and the post-production people and all that. You need to have all these people.
I'm still curious. How do you get to pay these people at the initial point when money has not started coming in?
That is just one of the challenges now, you understand? So you have to know the scope of what you do and the level of what you put out. So at that initial stage, people may now decide to be using amateurs, or you just use your phone now to be doing it at that initial stage. But if you have what it takes to sponsor, the financial muscle to sponsor, then you can hire these people, you understand? But when they are charging you, they will know you are just a beginner. You understand? You are just a beginner. That a time will come when they will benefit, because they will know your page, they will know that you have not started anything and all that. So at that point in time, they won't be charging you much. So there are a whole number of people that are doing it. They will come, they will help you edit, and at the end of the day, they charge you a little sum, knowing very well that you are just an upcomer.
Okay, so of course you've gotten collaborations. Have you gotten any collaborations from people to do more of your thing?
Yes, one with Air One. I think I've done one with Air One. Most of the time I do my own thing alone.
Why do you like working alone?
Well, I just my own concept. You know why? Because initially when I started, you understand.
Yes.
From the beginning, I never planned to be doing it alone. But you got to a time I discovered it would be difficult. But sometimes to assemble people that have got the same passion, it's always difficult. That is the reason why sometimes you see people like Sabinus and all that, they'll be working with a particular set of people. Have you wondered why? So it's not easy to get partners, people that will be running the same skit and all that. You know why? Because sometimes the level of passion might differ. You understand? And again, the person you are getting involved, you haven't got what it takes to sustain him, because at that initial stage, you don't have the financial muscle to be paying these people. You understand? There might be somebody that is working somewhere and all that. So that just decided that initial stage, it was somehow difficult for me to get people that, you understand, have the same passion and will always come around for me to do my skit and post and being somebody that is also engaged in a number of things, because this issue of editing and all that takes a whole lot of time too.
Yes.
So I said I can do something alone. You know, so we have stand-up comedians. They come on, they entertain people. So I think I can start something alone. I understand. And see how it goes. So when I started, the people were like, "Oh, God," some people will come and say, "Oh, God, this is what they do." I remember a particular friend that advised me that this is what they do. You know, 5 people now, but they help you. They do this. You know, this one where only you they do. I said, "There's no problem. Let me keep doing it." At a point in time when people started compliment started. Coming in and all that, and my pay started growing. The same friend called me and said, I would love to, I want you to teach me this your part." You understand? Whether I don't forget, say he advised me against that or that, I don't know. So I was just laughing. I said, look at this guy. You understand? Now you had to tell him, look at what he takes. You understand? But don't think it's easy. It's not that easy. You understand? Because at the end of the day, what I do is even more challenging. You understand? Because the humor now lies in the dialogue. You have to make sure that the dialogue is crafted very well. You have to inject the humor, the things that will provoke that humor in the dialogue, not in the action. Because there's no action. Now sometimes I will sit one place, just like the one you watched. I will sit one place, I'll be talking. So people are laughing because of, you understand, the dialogue. So that just is. So you have to make sure you're very good in putting and doing this thing, in creating that dialogue, writing your dialogue. So that's actually the main challenge I had that made me to say, let me try this one out. And I think it's paying because I can shoot at any time I want. Whenever any idea comes in, I can say, okay, let me do it.
Okay, so aside content creation, you're also a compere and a comedian.
Yeah.
So from what geographical location do you operate from? Where are you based?
Asaba.
Okay.
Asaba. I moved down to Asaba.
You moved down to Asaba from where?
From Lagos.
Okay, so usually it's the other way around. What informed that movement from Lagos back to Asaba?
As in people don't move down to Lagos. Now I told you initially I was inside Alaba International Market. You understand? And that it got to a time, because if you know Alaba International Market, in terms of all these plates, music promotion and all that, you understand, I was doing editing. And it got to a time when the CD was no longer selling, and maybe key artists that used to come to Alaba Market for promotion, because when they come now, they meet me, we can now talk business, we want to shoot a musical video, we want to do this. So, okay, so they started dropping. They were no longer coming, and most people that were into movie production and even music production and all that started changing business. When you come to the line now, you understand, you see, maybe you have about 3 or 4 of them, you understand? So you won't even know that this place used to be a hub for entertainment activities and all that. So that was when I said, because then I never felt threatened. I knew a change was coming. I said, let me just move down to Asaba. I need a quiet place. I can operate from anywhere. Yes. So that was what actually brought about. Informed the movement.
For your Igbo adage, how do you get them? Is it like you sit with elderly men or old parents who get
Yes, and I have the interest. That just is. So I researched. The musical video I told you about, the essence was even to document Igbo proverbs.
Please give us some, of course. Give us some. Give us some of these proverbs.
And you do try to translate into English.
Yes, so that our viewer will not be lost.
Someone listening to you who doesn't understand Igbo will understand.
That is just the challenge, because you don't just give Igbo proverb and begin to translate. There's one program I used to do. There's another part of this my skit making, this Kwoka Kwailu. You understand? Kwoka Kwailu. You understand? Then I do it. Then I translate.
Okay.
I do it and translate. Most of them are in my page. I still have to upload one after this session, you understand?
But just reel out a few of them for us to.
A few of Igbo proverbs. Yes. Dibia, okay, kurekwada abare mafa. That is, if I have to translate it, that
a talkative.
Yes, talkative Dibia
Juju.
Or the question is, does not enjoy the patronage of a criminal. You get it?
Yes.
That is, a native doctor that talks so much does not enjoy the patronage. A criminal cannot come and patronize him. You understand? Do this sham for me. Because at the end of the day, we go out and tell people, say, I mean, they do sham for this guy. You understand?
Yes.
So that's just one of it. And what again? DBOK go ada wa for tuta. Ada water wa for tuta. You understand? Usually, a native doctor that charges so much, a doctor that charges so much, you understand, doesn't have the knowledge or the capacity or to. Most of them are quacks. Let me put it that very well. You understand? Most an expensive native doctor most of the time does not really know what he does. You understand? That is it boils down to being greedy. A greedy native doctor does not really have what it takes to handle even the smallest of meds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chair, before you go,
ahead,
yes, please. I don't understand Igbo, but she does.
Okay.
So I want to put you on the spot right now to create a content with her. Can you do that for us?
To create a content.
Yes, do something with
skit.
her. A skit, something that involves you. Of course, you make use of dialogue most of the time. So do something with her. She understands. She will reply. I'll just.
The fact that I understand Igbo doesn't mean I'm a skit player or.
No, don't worry. Now he's the major.
So I'm not coming and forget about. Choma.
You mean
So you're back now.
Where back and none now if you go now back I pass.
Hey, in good.
Kefi na ajulum.
You want to go and I'm actually now what I got touch. You know, na meji rego. Na you think you do ya kita bana. After the info it is in there, you know, in happy man. You want to interview kan.
No, okwu abrokwa nni. Part ma dey okwa na lava ime nkwilife dị ne.
But if you not busy man, if you go na 18 teachers you go man if change go. You know di mo man na.
Bueno ka mmalebe si abata. Ka mmalebe si anwa nwanyi.
So gbadron bo se tiere kita be got if na akọwa ga bụ na emesia nye ga ekwentị na mmanọ ife na action n'ime obi ịmara ozi etu ị ga-esi naba m ya because ịma aka je niile mesịrị mgbe anyị mara n'ụwa na-eme ntụgharị ịma n'ụwa na-eme ntụgharị afụrụ m oge m pakịrị moto isi na windo n'anya iche na m afụrụ gị isi na windo nye anya ife ga na-asị nwoke omesịara gote moto unu ga-adịkwa very careful n'ụwa ọnụ fụrụ ọ bụrụ ụwa ifuru na-eme ntụgharị ọ bụrụ onye ọ dịrị mma
ịmakwali na ọ bụ na mme ya adịrọ na mgbaala ama dị na
okay ime ga ite ga afọ look at nsogbu ada agbagharịgo m emesi ya nwere some other things ihe eme ịghọta before the forgiveness adịghị ya ịtakwara m afọ oge ahụ ịtakwara m afọ nsogbu adịrị anyị ga-edozi it's all right.
Even though I have no idea what's going on, the way Chigi is she's just blushing. I've been with you on this show for how long? You've never given me this radiance. I've not seen this radiance before. Honestly, the language is beautiful. Yeah. The way you express is your charisma for me. Yeah. I like the way you put the whole. Oh my God! I need to learn Igbo before I learn this.
But since I played the part of Choma, I'm still curious. How do you get? Because most of the time your skits are either monologues or dialogues.
Yes.
Now, how do you get the other person over the phone? You know, how do you get the other person audible enough for your viewer to, listen on?
Okay, I record it separately.
Okay.
You understand? Because I create the dialogue now. Like I'll be discussing with the dialogue is between me and Chioma, as you said. Then, when I'm doing the video, I will say my own. You understand? And then wait for a little for the Chioma to. This is in my imagination now. I've already known the dialogue, so I will say my own line and wait for Chioma to say hers. So at the end of the day, I've left the space to insert the dialogue. So I will now come to you and say, if I say this, I'll be recording the audio. At the end of the day, when I go back to the studio for editing, I will now insert.
So how long does it take to package a full skit?
How long it takes to? It can take me like it depends on the length. It depends on how challenging the dialogue. Sometimes it involves 2 or 3 persons, but then on a whole, like 2 hours or so.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of
It's
time.
a lot of
It's
time.
a lot of time.
The shooting and the editing, that's what I mean.
Okay, shooting and editing
Shooting and
everything 2
editing,
hours.
yeah.
Wow.
The shooting and the editing.
That's really good.
Because sometimes I do the editing myself sometimes if I don't want to give it out. Sometimes I invite somebody when I have the time, you understand, or when I'm sure.
But then you're multi-talented, so I guess it comes easily to you. You know,
Yeah, you were already a producer. He was already.
Yes,
He's
it's
a
just
writer,
because
he's a
this
producer, he's
is
an
a particular
editor.
thing I've been doing for over time. You understand?
Yeah.
People thought that I just came out this year, and no, I've been in the field. I've had the knowledge of editing, of writing scripts, of directing, of camera, and all. You understand? So that's why most of these things now appear as if
It's just easy.
yes.
But okay, quickly now, on a round figure, of course, I know you would not like to disclose. How much do you make on a skit, probably?
Yeah, it's not a, you know, how do you mean I won't do this thing disclose? The point is this, it's not a hidden something.
Okay.
It's not a hidden business. If you are in, if you have a page that is giving you money, everybody knows that if your video, you understand, has maybe 100,000 views or 200,000, look at the likely amount you make. It's not as so big as most people think and all that. Maybe if you have maybe 1 million views, you may just get about $200 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. In one of your posts, you have a 1 million view on it.
Yes, so that you may just get $200 and all that. You may have maybe 200,000. You may just get maybe between $10 and all that. You understand? So, but then when you have so many videos and all that, you know, $10, $15, $20, and all that, before you know it, at the end of the month, it can come up to something. But then that is just not the main issue. You understand? It's not even where the money comes from. You understand? That is monetization from Facebook. Then when you talk about, should I call it another form of monetization?
Another channel from the same
Yes, another way,
business.
the way you make money now is endorsement now. I have people that I promote, just like what the even topic of this session now, the role of social media and all that.
Content
So
person in development.
sometimes we promote commerce. People come to you, advertise, you charge them. You understand? Some companies endorse you and they pay you. You understand? So you see to it. Sometimes people come for you for birthday shout out. So now the money, even now I came for a show now here in Enugu. You understand? So and I covered one wedding person yesterday. So that just is. So people pay you for this. So at the end of the day, it's from the endorsement, the advert, the shout out, and all whatnot. That is even where the bulk part of the revenue is coming from.
All right. This is a question now.
Okay.
What's the most popular content, creating niche? Some people would say it's religious, others say it's art. What is the most popular content creating niche, given your experience?
I can't just pin it down to any. You say, I mean, do you mean in terms of field?
In
or
terms
subject?
of edutainment, you're into Igbo, promoting Igbo adages and
Igbo
values.
culture, values.
And values.
Yes.
Yeah, to somebody it's religion. To another person is art.
Okay.
To another person is fashion.
Yeah.
So of all these niches, which one is the most popular?
You can't just say it's this particular one. You understand? You can't just say it depends on the package, the way you package what you're doing.
Okay.
You understand? The way you package it, that is just the thing. That's what makes it what it is. And most times, people don't just dwell on a particular subject, on a particular, just like this my skit that was played. You wouldn't say it was mainly on cultural matter. I think that one was somehow on social issue and all that. So I can't just pin it down particular, say it's religion or politics or all that. So I can't. So sometimes people say it's maybe. I don't know. Maybe relationship or something like that. Let me say when you're relationship.
Okay.
But most people most that are making waves now, when you study them, you wouldn't say they focused on a particular
subject.
So there is somebody, there's a young person who wants to start content creating.
Okay.
Just like you said, you've been doing this for years, but you finally came out to say, so what's your advice to someone who is out there wanting, you know, aspiring to become a good content creator?
When you have something to share with people, you know, the social media has made it so simple. So simple that, you know what we went through when I created my the Return of African Dance. After you have spent so much money for the editing, because in a musical video, you now have to go to a marketer, start begging the marketer, please, and the marketer will look at it and say, what's your name? He say, you are an upcomer. Understand? I can't put my money into mass production of this and all that. He say, but this work is good. He says he knows it's good, but then he can't risk his money, because this music, where you like music or anything creative, you get as they do. Sometimes nobody the one where you feel say go enter. So the marketers, they know it. So they no go like. So for you to share that your passion, you need to beg somebody, distribute this thing for me, share it for me. But this now social media offers you the platform to share. I'm coming to your question.
Yeah.
You share your passion with the global audience. If you to start, you start. You have a smartphone. It's very simple. Do you have a passion? Most people go into it now will be asking you, I want to monetize. How do I, how will, some people, they think of money, how much they'll be making, because things are hard. People told them that people are making money on social media and all that. If you come into content creating with a mentality, you'll be disappointed. You understand? You need to have passion. You need to have talent. You need to have something that you want to share with the global audience. That is what. So you want to start, you start immediately. If you have any talent you want to share with people, once you have your create a page. It's as simple as that. Start today to upload. Before you know it, you start getting followers.
All right, Mr. Nnebedum Chighalu,
Yeah, that's my name.
aka Ogowa.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting time with you.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
I'm afraid we have to let you go now because of time. And this has been great. We want to thank you for coming in. And I'm sure someone out there is grateful they sat down to listen to you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been
All
wonderful
right.
spending time here.
Great,
Thank you.
great.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. If you are still with us, this is still Signature New Day.